Welcome to this tasting video of my Wilko IPA dry hopped with Citra. So I'm calling the beer Sit Your Ass Down, and this is going to be a taste test between what I've put in the pinter and what I've put into the bottle. Just a brief update or timeline on this all. So I had originally probably to do this about a week ago, but I had a setback. After bottling, 4 days in, or maybe 5 days after I bottled, I realised something. When someone asked me a question on the actual video, one of the videos that was published, I realised I'd miscalculated how much sugar to put in for that secondary fermentation. The reason is that I use a spreadsheet, Pete's YoBrew brewing spreadsheet, and I actually downloaded the latest version. And previously, when bottling, I'd been using the older version. The older version used to give the bottom line in tablespoons or teaspoons of sugar, and I'd always change the setting to say 1 spoon equals 1 gram, and I would just go off that. It's now actually changed, and the bottom line is teaspoons or whatever it is, but you can't change it, and the line above is actual grams of sugar. So I ended up putting in teaspoons rather than actual grams or tablespoons. I can't remember which way around it is. I think it's probably tablespoons, teaspoons, I don't know. I should have been putting in about 17 grams of sugar, and I only put in 7. So what I done on that day was I opened up the actual pinter. So this 4 or 5 days later, I opened up the pinter and I created some sugar that I dissolved that I then put into the pinter. And I'll just show what I was doing at that stage. I've recorded it. I've tried to then put in about, I think I put in 12 to 15 grams of sugar to increase and restart that secondary fermentation. So I started shaking it all about again and mixing it up. So I've had to leave it longer to settle. It's now been 9 days, maybe 10 days since I put that sugar in. I actually have poured off earlier and it's looking fine on the carbonation side. It's just not cleared. But I thought, why wait around longer? I can just get into tasting it. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I've got my 2 identical glasses. I've just removed the pressure from the pinter and I'm going to do my pour. There we go. And it's a bit like the Dark Matter Stout at the moment. It looks like a Guinness rising up. And my tap is leaking again. That's great. I can see the handle's actually slipping forward a bit. I need to probably tighten that screw. So yeah, that's the pinter pour. It's light, but hazy. Give that a bit more time and it could clear. There's a nice head developed on top and there is carbonation rolling up. Don't know how I can really show that when it's a bit hazy and murky in there. Smells like Citra. Okay, I'm gonna pop this open. Generally I would leave the bottles longer. I would probably leave them 2 to 4 weeks to carbonate, so this may not be carbonated and we're gonna find out. Okay, some air coming out, at least some carbonation there. Let's pour this and see what we get. Okay, so it's not as carbonated as the pinter version. Or it might be a bit. Right, so I've got carbonation rolling up now on that one. To be fair, they both look about the same clarity, even though this has had a week longer to clear in the bottle. So clarity-wise, they both look the same to me. I'm going to go with the pinter one first. Here's me going, have I picked up the right one? If I've done it wrong in the edit, I'll find out. Alright, Smells, I said, citry. Smells good. Let's tuck in. Nice citra level on that. To be fair, actually, I'm not feeling much carbonation inside. There is carbonation, but that is very light. That's, I say, probably down to me. Yeah, probably down to me entirely, that. Because the pint is normally good at carbonating. But that is still a solid drink, even though it's sort of lacking that carbonation. I think, as I said, I had to open it, which would let out any carbonation. Then I chucked some sugar and I've mixed it. I'm not going to drink any more of this, actually. I'm going to probably put this away for a few more days at least. And maybe on Paddy's Day or something I might have it. So that gives it another 6 days or so to get ready. Now let's try the bottled version. It looks nice and clear, as in hazy, murky, but I can see through as well like that. Got a nice thin head on top, but that's more probably down to the pour. I can still see carbonation rolling up. Not as much on the nose. Ooh, comes across different in taste. Just gonna compare the two. This one tastes more of citra. This one's a bit lighter, a bit green in the sense of, I think I might have said that even on the live stream now, thinking back when I had this, a bit green, like a green hop beer, more hop oils still developing. I definitely think I'm going to be leaving the bottles another 2 to 4 weeks. This is something for warm weather as well anyway, so it's okay for me to leave. Hopefully it clears and the flavour rounds out a bit more. It is nice, but I'm actually preferring the pinter version if I've got them the right way round. This is more of a nose. More carbonation. It's not massive carbonation, but it feels more carbonation. And it's got more hot citra flavour. That is nice. So it's worked okay. A few things I'll do differently. Obviously, put the correct amount of sugars in afterwards to carbonate the beer, of course. I'd probably ditch the whole idea of when I put the brewing dock on it. I put the brewing dock on just to see if I could capture any yeast that may be in there to get dropped to the bottom. Actually, from that tub, I poured that into a like sandwich box thing, and there was barely any. So I don't think I needed to do that. I think I could have just left it naturally like this, straight without a brewing dock, and let it settle that way. But it has worked. I've been able to put some of my other homebrew into a pinter, not actually brewing in the pinter, but just conditioning. Handy to know. If I do have a brew and I have a pint to spare, I can do that. Handy. Next aim, can I brew entirely in the pinter, not with a fresh press kit? Talking of fresh press kits, there have been delays with the dispatches and delivery of them, and today I got through 2 packs. So I've got through 2 deliveries from them. This one here is Stars and Stripes, which I'm going to be redoing, and that is one I'm gonna play about with a bit. And the other one was the new one, the West Nouveau. Now, interestingly, is that it's come in the 1 litre. So they are now dispatching everything in 1 litre. And I was wondering whether the 1 litre would be, 1 litre with 700 ml filled of the solution, but it's actually less concentrated. So it's 1 litre of the solution in here. And that's interesting because when you pour, it runs out quicker. So just be careful with splashes and everything with this when pouring. And it should mean you get more of it out, although I still recommend putting a rinse in at the end to get the last bits out. So I've put that actually on today. And it is a 8-day brew, 7-day condition. So 2 weeks time, this one will be ready. That means end of March. So I might well be cracking it open on, based on that time scale, a Friday or Saturday at the end of March. But I'll keep you posted because I'm just going to do the video all in one. I'm not going to upload the brewing because all I done with this was put a bit of jaggery in, and then I've just brewed it. So there's only a short bit and then tasting. I'll put it all up at once. All right. Well, that's it for this one. It completes the, I'll say, trilogy of the videos to do with the Wilko IPA. Dry hopping works nicely, but as I say, I'm going to try and move on to brewing in the pinter, and full brewing in the sense of great whole grain brewing. And then I'm also going to attempt dry hopping with that Stars and Stripes. I'll see you soon. Take care, everyone.